All right, let's throw it to Tate as we get this show started, and he's going to give us the LSU injury report.
Guys, brace yourselves. Kaden Durham this week is day-to-day.
Okay.
Wow.
I know.
Big news.
Who could believe that? Kelly did say, though, yesterday at his press conference, better than we thought. The ankle injury is not of the high ankle variety,
Okay.
more of a medium ankle, I suppose.
Yep, medium.
Not the high ankle, which is always a good news. Trey'Dez Green actually seems like he's likely to play, barring any setback. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. He was dressed out in pregame, like full pads. It looked like if you were playing Southeastern a week ago, he probably could have given it a go. With West Weeks also trending towards playing, another really good sign. I know your linebackers have been good, but you're playing Ole Miss, all hands on deck. The one that's not going to play is probably Gabriel Relaford. Coach Kelly called this a subluxation of the shoulder. Don't ask me what that is. I don't know.
Don't try
I'm
to say that
assuming
again.
it's some sort of like separated shoulder. It's kind of what it sounds like. I have no idea. Kelly said like surgery's possible for that one, so like he could potentially be out a while. But looks like Relaford's out, but Kaden Durham, Trey'Dez Green, West Weeks, all potentially playing in this game.
Kaden Durham injury is not something that's good news.
No.
You're already super, super thin at the running back position. You were thin with Kaden Durham fully healthy. Now, Juwan Johnson looked great in the game.
Very good.
But now that leaves you with 3 scholarship running backs. And Juwan didn't sign here to be a running back. Now he's played really well.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Juwan Johnson, you got Harlan Berry, and you got Caleb Jackson. Huh.
Yeah, and
That's a big injury. And anything ankle, that ain't what you want to hear about a running back. I don't care if it's high, low, mid, whatever.
yeah, I mean, it's better news that it's not high because the high ankles are the ones that take the longest to heal. I think it's the most severe of all the injuries. I think we all have kind of been, told that, and we understand that just because we're all sports fans and we hear it. But certainly at the running back position where you got to cut, you got to be explosive. That's not the injury you want to hear. When I hear running back to your number one running back, of course, it's a big blow to the running game, which is not great to this point of the season. We've done a couple of nice things. It's better than last year, but it's something that still needs to be worked on. But my mind goes straight to pass protection. Trying to keep your starting quarterback upright. You're trying to make sure that he's got the comfortability of your running back. So when you go down the depth chart of running back, that's what I start thinking about just from a quarterback standpoint is how we're going to protect. Is he going to be good at going from his responsibilities from the Sam linebacker to scanning for a number 4 or safety or a corner blitz or whatever it is, which Kaden Durham is good at.
Yeah.
He's very good at. He's very cerebral. He's got good vision of looking for pass protection. Blitzing elements, whether it's from front side or back side, they're able to do. So sometimes you're not able to do that. You put a backup in, you don't want them to have a full field scan. You want them to be like, all right, I'm Sam. I'm Mike to Sam. That's it. Those are my 2 guys. I can't go Sam to looking for backside corner, stuff like that.
Right.
And then how good is he working with the chips? Because I know we like to chip. We help our right tackle out a little bit. So those are where I go. So certainly the ankle, not great news. But you know what? Day to day, it's not like he's out right now. We don't know. So day to day, seems like the better of the news that you can get.
Yeah, it just where you're at with the depth of that position. And look, Juwan Johnson looked great. He did. I mean, he looked sudden in the game against Southeastern. And look, when he was playing last year, there was a point of emphasis to get him the football when he was in there. Remember, they would just have a swing pass and just throw it to him and let him try to go make a play there. And he's had some really nice plays already. He's getting better in pass protection, but your depth right there is just it's not where you want it to be, I don't think. And so certainly something to pay attention to here in this game. I think the Trey'Dez Green news that's good. That's good news. Because even if he's not getting the football, I think he is such a threat in the red area that you have to pay attention to him, and you have to do things in your coverage to pay attention to number 14. Like, he kind of dictates what you're going to do. Because if you're going to leave him one-on-one, LSU's already proven they're going to just overload one side, the old oop-de-oop.
Oh, the old oop-de-oop.
To kind of
Johnny
throw it
Moxon special.
to Trey'Dez Green. So, like, even if he's not getting the football, he is kind of dictating what the defensive coordinator is going to do.
Yeah, he says, and he's the red zone target, right? So when you look at, and we've heard that term, we've seen those players play football at every single level. You're our red zone target. Why is that? Because I can line you up one-on-one, and you create an unfair matchup from a size position, or because of maybe it's not a size, maybe it's a guy that just has a 48-inch vertical.
Yeah,
you create some sort of matchup that is, when I'm one-on-one lined up with a defensive back, and we're in a condensed field.
Yeah,
right. So I have a condensed field in the red zone. I believe I have a better than 50-50 chance that my guy's going to catch the ball. And I have a feeling that I have less than a 10% chance that your guy can intercept it.
Yeah.
So I have an over 50% chance. That's kind of like the mindset an offensive coordinator is going to have. If I believe I have a better than a coin flip chance that this is going to be a completion for a touchdown, that's who I'll line up one-on-one. And that's why somebody starts getting the term kind of the red zone target guy. What else does that do? Once people understand that, they know that a guy like Trey'Dez has created an unfair advantage to a one-on-one. They have to start shading a safety over or doing some sort of double team. And what does that do? It creates a numbers advantage to the other side. So it's an advantage to have. So I'm glad he's trending in the right direction, because as we kind of start this big, long stretch here of SEC opponents and get into the heart of this schedule, we're going to need him. We are going to need him in a big way, and he's going to show up in a big way, whether it's in the form of a touchdown pass and he's getting all the glory, or he's taking two people and somebody else is getting the glory. But he's necessary. Got to have him.
It looks like Gabe Relaford is going to be out for this game, and he did play really well in the game against Southeastern, but it is a position you do have some depth. So, that one, again, somebody that's going to play, somebody that has played well, but still I think you can make up for that position just with the depth that you've got on the edge. Wes Weeks, also you got a lot of depth at the linebacker position, but I will say, like, the energy that the Weeks brothers bring when they're in there together, like, that is what you're looking for in this game against Ole Miss. Now, Wes Weeks plays a lot of special teams as well. He's a war daddy. Maybe in a game like this, he doesn't do that, right? He just plays some linebacker. And you don't maybe put him out there on the cover teams. Maybe don't put him out there on punt return or punt or whatever it might be. And I think Wes Weeks being in there does bring you an element that a little Bash brother-ish, literally.
There we go.
Because we have seen they feed off each other. So hopefully Wes Weeks is able to go. Again, you've got incredible depth at the position. Devon Keys has been awesome. Whit Weeks has been awesome. Singleton's been great. Zach Weeks got a chance to play as well. So you've got some players there, but I do think that Wes Weeks, being a veteran leader, guys played a lot of college football, you want him in the middle of your defense. At least some.
Are you saying that Wes and Whit are like Fulton Reed and Dean Portman?
Yes, 100% I am.
I hope that everybody understands who I'm talking about there. Do you?
Did you? Bash Brothers, Mighty Ducks.
I know.
Did you know Dean in real life is married to the singer of the Frozen song?
I did know that, and I only knew that recently. It popped up on my timeline.
Yeah, me too.
Idina Menzel.
That's not how John Travolta said it.
How did he say it?
You don't remember when he messed up the name?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, but
you got
what a voice, though. What a voice.
Real quick, going back to running back, can I interest you in some Xavier Thomas?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, he's out. He's out carrying Caleb Jackson, and he's performed better every game.
Look, Xavier will motion in the pistol and run outside zone.
He ain't afraid to motion in and run it.
When they utilized him like that, I feel like he's done really well with it.
And that's a thing. Like, I always get bothered when somebody's like, "Oh, I don't want the gimmicky receiver stuff." What do you mean gimmicky?
Yeah.
No, it's football. And if you have an advantage and you have receivers that understand running lanes, which they do, they've got 3 receivers that have high return experience, be it punt return or kickoff return.
Yeah.
So they live in the chaos. That's what those are. They're running plays because they're set up by blockers in front of you.
Yeah.
Let them go do it. If it's working, I don't care who it is.
I feel like it
Because
was.
look, right now, like Caleb Jackson is not giving you that, and I hope for the young man can one day do it. He's a junior though.
Yeah.
And the vision's just not there right now.
And a couple people in the chat have been like, yeah, but his physicality. Look, I'm not trying to pile on the guy who's 235 pounds, but he doesn't play like he's 235 pounds. I mean, everyone's going to say his physicality. Yeah, he ran over that Mississippi State DB 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What's happened since then?
I mean, look, I'm with you. And
was a
again,
good run over there.
I hope for
It
the
was.
young man
Guy's still feeling it.
elevate his play, but the vision's just not there. It is what it is. You can be 260 pounds. If you don't have vision, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if Kaden Durham misses this game to Alondra's point, they're going to need Xavier Thomas. They're going to need Varion Brown and Aaron Anderson in some kind of a jet sweep situation like they've shown almost every game that they'll do.
Yeah, in his defense, though, it is really hard to read when it's majority of the runs are RPOs, right?
It's not just, this year, but yes.
Yeah. What are you looking at me for?
You didn't know if you had a follow-up.
No, that was it.
That was it?
That was it. Like, so when you watch Caleb Jackson run, like you've watched the film, you've seen it. Like, how many clear and obvious cuts is he missing? Because we watched the run game the last couple of years a lot,
I'll
it's
scrub
like
through the film and I'll show an example because I'm not a big fan of saying, well, can't do it.
Yeah, no, and I'm not.
Tell me why.
I'm
Show
not
me
sitting
why.
there and arguing at all. I'm saying the fact that we've talked about like the vision, like when we're not running the ball well, like how would you coach the running backs? Like what would you say? Because we've put on clips. It's like I don't know where they're going.
I would take the first opportunity and put my foot in the ground and get 4 yards until I softened up the defense.
Yep. But there's a lot of times we're watching and there's not a first opportunity or a second or a third.
But in this particular case, it's not just a 1 year sample size. But I understand what you're saying.
Running game's been pretty bad for two. So that's not a 1 year sample size.
He's been here 3.